Hello, folks. This is Bubba, the Jewish Redneck Prepper. This is my second video that I'd like to show you on a wild edible that's not only edible, but it is medicinal. This is plantain. It's known as narrow leaf plantain. Now, I did one video on this, but the last time I did a video, the plant that I shown, I do not believe that it had fully come to seeding. And here we have a good example of what the narrow leaf plantain looks like with the seeding. Again, let me show you the plantain. This plantain is a cousin to two other known species here in the state of Georgia, one being sea plantain and another one being broadleaf, which is more rounded and more oval shaped. But one thing that all these plants have in common is that this leaf has ribbons in it. And that's what is all the characteristics of all plantain, is these ribbons on the back. And they're very distinguishing to the plantain family. Also known as plantago or plantago. Depends on how you pronounce it. We here in the South, we say plantago. And this is a beautiful plant. It can be used as medicine. It could be taken eternal. It could be used as intestinal, digestive. And on the outside, it could be used for cuts, infections, and bruisings. I mean, there's so many different things. You can break it down, put it in oil, and make a poultice out of it. This thing is very good and solid. The leaves are. The more younger leaves, the bigger, younger, older leaves like this, they're very good as a pot herb. You know, as a general rule of a thumb of foraging, I like to boil all pot herbs like this plantago, broadleaf plantago, any other veggie leaf plants, succulents, in at least 2 to 3 changes of water. Now, you do lose a lot of its nutrients when you boil it, but it tastes a whole lot better. If you want to keep some of them, I would say just barely steam for a few minutes and cook these leaves like steaming or like stir fry with other vegetables. And a leaf like this, it's pretty tasty. This one is a little on the bitter side, but it's good as a trail snack. Now these leaves here, well, on these little stalks here, these seeds, this is the seed head, and you can see that it's coming to seeding and everything. This stuff, you can go and you can let them dry out, and you can make flour, to make bread and stuff like this. This is a very good, all the seedings, even on the broadleaf plantago, you can break down and make flour out of it. But these here, this one was been a little bit too old, but these smaller ones like here, you can take them and kill them, and they're good snack food for the trail, like I'm doing now. But these also good if you take them and batter them and fry them. That's right, folks. Take them, batter them, and flour them. And this is a beautiful plant. Walking out here today in this field and just seeing this one, that it's fully come to seeding. And I wanted to present it to you as an alternative in a survival situation or just out camping, wild camping. Something to check into. Well, let me give you a disclaimer before I close. Before you ever eat any wild animal or wild plant, I should say, wild plants, know what you eat. If you don't know how to identify a certain plant, check in 3 or 4 different sources of books or ask a local forager, an expert on wild edibles. I would not eat anything that I did not know what I was eating, or checking around with somebody that knows what he's doing. He or she knows what they're doing when it comes to wild foraging. Because all it takes is just eating the wrong thing. And there are many plants out there that are very toxic. And there are many plants that are edibles, but yet have lookalikes that are very toxic. Well, folks, I'm about to wind down with this video. I hope you enjoyed this presentation of narrow leaf plantain with its seed heads and pods. Folks, Indians use this plant, and they used it wisely. That's right, Cherokee Indians use this along with the Creek Indians here in Georgia. They knew what they were doing, so let's learn from the Native Americans. Learn to use what God has given us. Use it to our advantage. Use it sparingly. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do. Like, share, and subscribe. Well, until next time, my friends and my loved ones, I say shalom and